can see all the people in this whole wide world. That's the union of things down, down, down. That's the union that turns things down. When I think of the men and the ships going down while the Russians fight on across the town, there's London in ruins and Paris in chains. People, what are we waiting on? People, what are we waiting on? So I thank the Soviets and the mighty Chinese vets, the Allies, the whole wide world around. To the battling British tanks, you have 10 million gangs. If it takes them to tear the crashes down, down, down. If it takes them to tear the crashes down. But when I think of the ships and the men going down, and the Russians fight on across the dawn, there's London and goes down there. People, what are we? So I thank the Soviets and the mighty Chinese.
That's a good one. Oh, sure, go for it. Sure. I am a SAG and WG. Oh, I'm a SAG and WGA member. I'm both. Yeah. Yeah. For 65. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, the SAG one I guess starts today, but it's not really today. You know, the complications with that. So I've been still able to work till about a week ago because that's when the last two productions shut down. So that's been okay.
And what do you're an actor?
I consider that more that and / media personality than writer, but I am in both guilds. So.
What are your issues, I guess?
I would say the base scale, which from what I saw in the leaked documents, I don't know if it's true, they're fighting for at least 10 to 15% base increase because of the inflation of the last 3 years to tie it up to catch up. Unlike, I think the Directors Guild had 5, which doesn't cover the last 2 years of inflation.
Okay. So you personally, what?
I would say the scale matters more, the price and the AI protection. As we've seen, the chat GPT of it all, I understand that's what people see, or as in Mission Impossible 7, the AI, just the deep fakes, that once you have enough records of somebody, you can basically create your own thing with it without needing the person. So that, because unless the government actually begins some version of AI regulation, which some candidates have it in their platform, because I guess that's going to be more of a late 2020s issue, as the AI is not just an actor or writer problem. We're seeing it in schools with plagiarism or lawyers creating fake legal documents. So that seems to be the real issue for what it's going to become, not what it is right now.
Sure. Okay, so you said you've been striking for 55 days?
May 1st, was that 66 days-ish right now? Yeah.
Okay, and now you've
The SAG, I guess, day 1, so yeah. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I think this wasn't a secret to almost anyone in the entertainment industry. This seemed to be the issue. I just assumed all 3 guilds would strike because it never made sense for the directors to take a deal or not, because if the other 2 guilds are on strike, what are they shooting? Right? So basically nothing is going outside. I don't even know if reality TV right now is allowed to, because there's a lot of let's say those dating shows on Netflix that Nick Lachey hosts. I don't know if Nick Lachey is allowed to do those reunion shows because he is a SAG member, right? So I assume everything that's not news or sports is shut down.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Tell me your name.
I'm Alex Hammerly. Oh, Hammer L.I.
Hammer L.I.
Yeah.
And your first name is
Alex, A-L-E-X. Born and raised. Thank you. No problem.
Yeah, it's just... Should we have another song?
Yeah, hold on, let me tell you.
I've made a commitment when the Writers Guild strike started to come at least once a week or more. And the first time I came, I felt very moved by the issues that they're picketing for and how much it relates to what the actors are also asking for. Really reasonable, humane demands. And the lack of empathy coming from the other side, it's more like poking and saying we're going to wait till you starve and stuff like that. Not, just trying to play games to win, not trying to empathize with each other. I can empathize with the fact that producers' money's gone down, but we deserve more. We've not gotten enough, and the writers particularly. I mean, I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of writers and really understand what they're going through, and that's just motivated me to come out. And now that this is pretty much the unofficial first day of our strike, this is a really packed picket, and I think it's because a lot of actors know that we're just about to begin, and we can thank the writers for starting this.
What for you personally? Tell me about maybe the top couple of issues.
I think AI feels like the epic battle of good versus evil, why we would create something and agree to something that would rob us from our souls, from what we do to, I haven't really been auditioning or acting since February. Things have been really slow. I've done some stuff, but it robs my soul. It's very hard day to day when that's what you do. You audition, like auditions are jobs, and when the auditions stop coming, what gives you purpose is gone. And to not be able to get safeguards to protect our purpose makes me want to cry. It's tragic, and it's just human. No one wants their job, if they love it, taken away from them. So I think that's by far the most important thing. And obviously being able to earn a living and, keep my health insurance, which I have now, and I need to get jobs that pay enough so that I can keep it. They keep raising the health insurance limit, and because they probably have to, but that means we need to keep getting money and earning good residuals.
And so I gather that there's something about that, right?
Yeah. If, yes.
How long are you?
As long as it takes is the only answer I can really give. I mean, right now, to stay sane, I'm trying to cobble together a lot of other kinds of things. I'm producing my own short based on a feature I wrote, and we're allowed to do independent things that aren't connected to studios. So I want to keep trying to figure out ways to be creative and help other people do their shorts. And, I think indies and shorts are going to be the big thing right now. But I think we have to be able to stay the course. And I think probably for actors, I'm guessing September. Writers, I know that there seems to be such animosity from producers toward the writers that I think it's gonna go longer. They're gonna offer us something and keep prolonging it. And I'll keep coming out for writers.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Carrie Gibson.
And I'm gonna spell it. It's Gibson.
Yes.
Okay, Carrie.
Carrie like the movie and Gibson like the guitar.
Thank you. And how would you characterize your role? Actress or actor?
I'm an actor. Yeah, I'm an actor.
Super. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good. Thank you. Where are you guys from? Oh, we're with Woodward. Oh, cool. All right. Thanks.
Maybe the guy with the red right there.
Yeah, maybe he's not. Hold on, let me just
Interns, our job is simple. Don't talk to the writers. That's a fireable offense. Just keep your head down and the serious stuff. Production assistants. We have TV. If you count 10,
Hit me. Well, there's a lot happening in the world, and if we don't all take part in it, then the voice gets lost. And honestly, AI can't do that. So, screw you, AI. I mean, I like AI. It's funny. You write really funny shit. But, to be honest, it's like, we're people. we've been doing it for years. It's more about the support. It's more about people just like patting, like knowing when you have someone's back. And sure that this is a short-term thing. Like AI, like the same way like CGI, you had it, it has its perks, but you still have the puppeteers. You still have the people that are going out there making the sets, building the things. Like when you don't see the behind the scenes, people are going to places literally like recreating the new Beetlejuice, they're recreating towns, cities. AI is not going to do that. So it's more about the fact that we actually are supposed to be here. We have a voice. We like to write down our ideas. We should be like the way we go see art. You're supporting the artist. Why is an art piece $5 million? It's because of a name, but also that person took his time to make that art under his guise and said, this is how I want to see it. The price is determined however, but when it comes to a show, people put their names on it. It's a stamp. So it's part of a legacy. It lives on. Something you wrote, a book that gets put out. So AI can never replace that. I'm a sound operator, and I literally just got into the Local 52 working on Project Runway. I've been in sound forever doing reality, but I wanted to really get into the unit. I want to do narrative. And right as I get in, the strike happens. So for me, the job loss, I've really felt it. I've now sad to say I have a really good friend, but he lent me some money. I have far and few between jobs at this point. And it's definitely tough to make a living, so I figured I would do any part to just get out here and just like say something, just to be a part of it.
Sure, and it sounds like SAG's also needs. I mean, how do you think that will impact the writer's strike? What are your thoughts?
This world is really scary because I recently saw a commercial with 2 TikTok stars in it, and I know that because I've seen them on it. I don't really try to do the social media as much, but I knew it, and I was like, it's that easy. You know, you have someone with 18 million followers in the middle of Louisiana when Brad Pitt doesn't have that. So the 14 to like 30 is very easy to get on their phone and find something. This joke I've been making, and hopefully it's only a joke, is when's like all the vertical screens coming? Because literally everyone just wants their phone, so they just want to watch it. So why not? Like, literally AMC is like, I'm sure someone's already talking about a vertical screen. And that's scary as. So, you know, it's just, the whole thing is just, it's a scary place we're in because it is very easy to transition to not having humans do this. And that's why this is like, I just feel like the talk about AI has totally dropped the ball. I feel like no one said anything the same way no one talks about how the passing lane is on the left lane. I don't know how traffic is so bad now that everyone drives on the right lane. It's like the whole world has completely reversed itself just because people are so into their own ways that we've created our own path, and it's going to be the destruction of, you know, mankind. If they want robots to rule the world, they're doing a really good job at helping them start to do it.
Tell me your name.
Dylan Lappin.
Thank you. Can you spell it?
Dylan Lappin.
And are you from New York City?
New York, born and raised.
New York, born and raised. All right.
There we go.
Thank you so much. And good luck.
What's your publication?
Oh, sure. We're Reuters. So this is going out. We're actually doing a live feed to all of our broadcast events, and then hopefully there'll be an edit that we can.
Excuse me, guys. Thank you. Excuse me.
And also build your career in different ways. These services are free. They're for you. Please call us. We're busy, but we want you to call us anyways. Please, I'm going to be here a little bit after, so come and talk to me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Excuse me, guys.
Thank you, Lillian. We have at the tables here flyers with information on resources. On the Entertainment Community Fund, there's the Green Envelope Grocery Aid, which provides free checks for people who are in need of groceries. And apparently they had a huge windfall in donations this week thanks to those Deadline articles. We have our friends Pay Up Hollywood. Pay Up Hollywood is an organization started by my friend Liz Alper in the West, who is an absolute fucking dynamo. And she has done more to help support staff, I think, than any one person in the WGA. So please know, Pay Up Hollywood is also here for you. Women in Film has a helpline. We have that information as well. So please come up and take a flyer. There's a QR code that will lead you to a website with even more information. I said that kind of weird. All right, next up is Liz Hines. Where is she? Liz is a writer on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. She is also a member of your WGA's council and a kick-ass strike captain who has been pounding the pavement. She was part of the group who was out last night at what might possibly be our last shutdown picket. Shutting down a show we shall not name, run by a person we shall not name. And Liz is also a former assistant and has walked the walk as well. So I'm going to hand it over to Liz.
What's up, WGA? What's up, SAG-AFTRA? And what's up to our support staffers? Thank you so much for being here. My name's Liz. I joined the Guild in 2020, but before that I was a writer's assistant, I was a PA, intern, sometimes unpaid intern, but they give you lunch. I don't know how that's legal, but one of those. So I'm really moved to speak at this particular picket, and I'm so grateful to you all for showing up here today. It is really hard to make a living as a support staffer even without a strike, so the fact that you're still showing up with us means the world. Thank you. Joining the Writers Guild materially changed my life overnight. For the first time ever, I had enough money to breathe. I had great health insurance. I had a pension, which is unheard of for anyone under 60 anymore. So that was great. But getting staff didn't guarantee stability. I'm a comedy variety writer. We work on 13-week contracts, so every 13 weeks you find out if you're coming back to work, if you're lucky to work on a show that can offer you more than 13 weeks in the first place. One of our demands to the AMPTP was to establish a minimum wage for comedy variety shows on streaming. Not only did they refuse that, they offered to establish a day rate. Right answer. They want a workforce that goes home every night and waits to hear if we have work the next day. That's a future we cannot accept. We will never ratify a contract that turns union workers into day players, ever. Up until May 1st, I could promise you that joining the Writers Guild would guarantee you a better future, a better career, Papa John's. But if we had agreed to those proposals, I could no longer make you that promise. The AMPTP says our demands are unreasonable. That's a really common refrain in this industry, especially if you're young, if you're just starting out, if you are not white, if you are queer. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're really lucky to be here. You should be grateful. 1 million people would kill to have your job. We've all heard this time and time again. When people think about working in entertainment, they think of all its flashy trappings. Occasionally you see a celebrity, you go to a premiere, maybe an awards show. They do not think about grueling 18-hour production days, or 8-hour turnaround times between shoots, or starvation wages. But that is the reality for too many laborers in this industry, even though it's your labor that creates the profit. And I'm not just talking about those of us with union protection, I mean all of you, every single person here. Your labor is skilled, your labor is necessary, and this industry cannot function without you. Let's be honest, if David Zaslav or Bob Iger had to be a set PA for 5 minutes, they'd kill themselves. We work in a $100 billion industry that when its workers withhold their labor, the entire thing falls apart. And the studios ply you with perks, and they weaponize your love of your work. Because they know once you realize how valuable it is all over for them. They rely on the assumption that your love of the game outweighs your desire to not get kicked in the teeth while you play it. The culture that's allowed predators to go unpunished in this industry for so long is the same poison that chastises penalizes a support staffer for asking for a raise so they can make rent, for the crew member demanding a safe, humane turnaround time between shoots, and for the writers and actors seeking a contract long enough to get health insurance. They want you to believe gratitude and self-worth are mutually exclusive, and that is a lie. They tell us we should be grateful because they know they are the lucky ones. They know that they're lucky we are only asking for our fair share when we could be asking for way more than 2%, because they need us more than we need them. The energy here today is incredible, but let's be real, a strike is difficult, it's exhausting, and even though the studios let it slip that they decided to let this happen long before May 1st, for us, this was a last resort, and I know SAG feels the same way. We would never choose this path for ourselves, for each other, and for you unless everything was at stake, and it is.
Yes.
It means the world, again, that so many of you have shown up in solidarity because you're refusing to give in to the fear and anger and resentment that our enemies were counting on. I promise this is a fight for your future and for a world where all workers get to share in the fruits of their labor. And together we're gonna fucking win. Thank you.
I thought I knew her. Holy shit. So one of the great difficulties for support staff is that they do not have a union to fall back on, many of them. And it's been a tremendous hardship. There have been a lot of complicated discussions with WGA, with IATSE. But here from Local 161 is Matt Moreska to talk about progress in that area. Matt.
All right, how's everyone doing? I don't think I can quite follow up that last speech, but I will keep this short. But first, I just want to say, from the whole IATSE, we stand in solidarity with you, the writers, and the actors. We're with you in this fight, and together, we're going to win. So, at Local 161, we represent production coordinators and script supervisors, and we want to represent writers' assistants and script coordinators. So, if you're interested in learning how to organize, to join your brothers and sisters in the IATSE, to fight for working conditions that you deserve, please come see my colleague Victor Ryman. Over here, we're in the blue shirts. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Moving on. Next we have a current support staffer. Nia Ashley is a writer and producer, and she is also a script coordinator at P-Valley, working with Ian over there. And she is also a graduate of the program we just told you about, the Support Staff Training Academy, which helped her get her first television job. So here to talk about is Nia.
Hello! So, like Lisa said, I graduated from the Support Staff Training Program last summer. The program truly changed the trajectory of my career. I was a child actor and had been working in this industry for 25 years and always wanted to work in television. The first song I could sing when I was a kid was the Cheers theme song. And when I graduated from my MFA program in 2020, it was 2020, but it was impossible for me to find that first job. And that is the case for a lot of people in my circumstance. We have the desire, we have the passion, but we don't have those highly technical skills that you used to be able to learn on the job. That we're not really given the opportunities to learn those on the job. You get stuck in this cycle of people wanting support staff who've been support staff before, but not hiring any more people to be support staff so they can get that experience. That all changed for me when I did the support staff training program. Ian is an amazing person, an amazing leader, an amazing boss, and really taught us the skills we needed to at least be able to say, you know what, I can do this job day one, and I'm gonna learn, and there's no replacement for learning on set and learning in the room, but I at least have the skills that I can put myself forward. And shortly after that, I was able to leave my day job and work on P-Valley, which has been an amazing experience. All I want to do is go back to work for them, but under a fair contract, because once you get in, you realize that all the writers above you are struggling too. That, like you said, the pipeline is not there, and it needs to be there. We need to be able to do these jobs as well as we do them for a living wage. We need to not just survive, but thrive. And I'm so thankful for the WGA and for the program and for Ian. And I'm so excited for us to continue in this fight and make it so that the rest of my career can maybe be a little bit easier, just a little bit, just healthcare would be great, than it has been. And I feel such solidarity with all of you. I'm so happy and so proud to be a part of this community, and I can only thank everyone on this line, everyone on every picket line, because we are going to fight and we are going to win.
Mia Ashley, thank you. So we have one last speaker, and I want to tell you what to look forward after this one last speaker. Questlove. Everyone knows Questlove? Yeah. He's not here. But he donated tacos from Tacombi Tacos. Wow. They are at the other end of the tents here and available to you after this last speaker. So, everybody knows who Mo Ryan is? Yeah. She's also not here, but she's a kick-ass entertainment journalist who just wrote an amazing book called Burn It Down. I hope every one of you buys a copy and reads it. And it's about every fucking thing that's wrong with this industry coming from toxic personalities. But she wrote a speech for the version of this event that took place a couple of days ago in LA and has agreed to let us share it here. So we have our member who is also a dual SAG-AFTRA member, the actor Tom Chemnitz here. Hello. He will be reading as Mo Ryan. Go ahead.
Hey guys. So as you know, I am not Mo Ryan. I just got handed this, so it is a cold read. I feel very much like support staff. Something has to get done. I'm going to do it. Be aware, I am dyslexic, so this is an underdog story. I want to tell every assistant and every former assistant here, I see you. I see how hard you work and how little you are paid for everything that you do. I see that when budget cuts come, your hours are the first thing on the chopping block, even though nobody wants you to stop working as hard as you do, ever. I see how underappreciated you are, and how you are all too often attacked, abused, mistreated, and gaslit. I see how devoted you are to learning about this industry and getting good at all the creative work you want to pursue. I see all of that effort and devotion. You work so hard and you try so hard in the face of so many obstacles, and I see that in the past decade, the chance to put one more foot even partway on the ladder of success has become even more rare and not less. That ladder that was always brutally difficult has somehow become even harder to climb, and it has just now collapsed on most of it. As you already know, and at least I hope you know, that there are some great people in this industry. And I, not Mo Ryan, can vouch for that as well. I've had tough times, and Lord knows they picked me up. But yeah, every situation that so many of you are in professionally, it's hard, it's draining, and it is regularly not great. Well, I see all of that. I am Mo Ryan in this speech, and I am never going to lie to you. That's accurate so far. That is kind of my brand, I guess. So here's the hard truth. Many of the dynamics I just laid out, they suck. Sorry. But I also see this, that no matter what, you remain committed to the cause. You've been showing up for the WGA, whether you're in it or not. You know what this strike is about. And a lot of it is about creating or clawing back some sustainability for your careers and your futures. And I have not seen one word of complaint from any of you. Quite the opposite. I know you're scared sometimes, and I know that the very real camaraderie of our picket line doesn't take away any of the understandable fears in your minds and hearts, but you haven't wavered, ever, because that is just what you do. You keep showing up for each other, creating all kinds of grassroots groups and mutual aid support networks and support systems. And guys, it's not just during hot strike summer, but for years and years. I see that too, and I'm awed at what you've accomplished. Sometimes with the support and help of those who made it, but often without a ton of support from the powers that be. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes what you're doing to push this industry in positive directions is in defiance of a toxic culture that's certainly established and certain established folks in Hollywood seem to want. I do not have to explain to you why my book is called Burn It Down. You get it. You get it. Guys, you get it. Too many of you have already been fed the lie that you need to be abused to grow a thick skin. Can we get a boo for that? Yeah. That you need to be treated unprofessionally and badly in order to learn the ropes. But you glorious people, you are among the folks who are punting that shit right into the fucking sun. Through my work, through our reporters on social media, everywhere else, you call that nonsense out as the lie it has always been. You know that the line in a horror movie, the call is coming from inside the house? I'm not a horror movie person. Industry lawyers scare me enough on the daily, but I love that line as it pertains to everything you have been doing for years. Here's the thing that toxic, terrible people should remember. It is a real bad idea to talk shit on people whose jobs involves collating and collecting information and taking goddamn notes! Reporters we love, note takers who are detail-oriented and can provide proof, corroboration, and documentation at the drop of the hat. We love some time-stamped notes and extremely sharp memory banks. Support staffers, you've been heroes that Gotham has needed again and again. Still, I gotta drop a few more truth bombs. Sorry, not sorry. The series of wrenching changes this industry is going through, they're going to continue. And they're probably going to wreak havoc here, there, and everywhere. Even when this strike is over. But you guys will adapt. You will evolve and you will keep going. And I've seen you do that so many times. And I know who has so often given me hope in my darkest hours of covering this fucked up, amazing, brutal, terrible, wonderful industry. It is support staff. It is assistants, script coordinators. And by the way, I could never do what you do.
Screenwriters? Super. My son got the interview going, so he didn't record mine.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, cool, great. Just look at me. Thanks. One sec, quickly. Super, what brings you out today?
I am a former SAG member. I recently just joined like 4 months ago, and since then it has been really slow. Like, I honestly feel like what they're going through, and I think that writers should have a union, and not only a union, I feel like they should get paid more and not have to worry about something coming in and taking over their job. And they put their lives and dedication to it, and I feel like if something was to come and like try to take over that, it wouldn't be the same. Because as we're humans, and whatever they're trying to use is not. And I feel like that's honestly wrong. So I'm here and I want to help.
And the AI stuff.
Yeah, the AI stuff, exactly, the AI.
And
Yes, I am an actor. Yes, I am an actor.
Okay, cool. And how, it sounds like they're going to be striking too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. We were supposed to film today, but we stopped it. We said no, we're not filming, and we're going on strike. And I feel like we're going on strike because I started doing background, and I worked my way up to that. Like I got a couple like future co-host roles through doing background, and it's been helping me a lot with my acting career. So just being able to get an audition is crazy. So I feel like we should strike with the writers to help out with everything. But yeah.
Okay, lastly, how long are you prepared to strike for?
As long as it's take. Like, if it goes on for months, we need to strike for months. Like, we should not stop until we give everybody gets what they need. 100%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. What's your name?
Kevon Dawson.
Could you spell it?
KevonDawson.
Are you from New York City?
Yes, born and raised.
And I can say actor, I guess.
Actor, 100%.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
What kind of shot?